Hey y'all, I'm Charla and welcome back to our home. I'm so excited about week 2, appetizer week. Not only is it that, it's Masters week. I have friends getting married, I have friends having babies. I have a lot of parties and showers to get ready for. And what's part of that? Appetizers. I'm so excited to share a family recipe with you guys this week. Cream cheese garlic tea sandwiches. Let's get to cooking. This week I wanted to share a family recipe that actually is such a family recipe that it doesn't even have a name to it. So we're going to call it garlic cream cheese tea sandwiches. So let's get started. What I have here is 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese. And just so you know, today I'm using the regular Philadelphia cream cheese, but if you're looking to cut calories, you could also use the 1/3 less fat. You can also see that I'm using white mayonnaise. So I've got my 8 ounces and it's softened to room temperature. I'm going to start out with about 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, but this can be adjusted as well, just based on how creamy of a texture you want to add. And to be honest, the recipe that I got from my mom, and it just says mayonnaise, cream cheese, garlic powder. So everything is to taste, and the way I do it is I cook a lot by smell, and whenever it starts to remind me of my mom's, whenever she's made it, then I know that I'm on the right track. So I've got my 8 ounces of cream cheese. I've got about 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise starting to in my mixing bowl. And now I'm going to add about a teaspoon, maybe a little under because you can, of garlic powder, because you can always add more, but you can't take it away. So I'm just going to start mixing it, and this is what we're going to use as our base for our tea sandwiches, and I'll show you a couple of different variations that my family uses for these. Let me smell it. Taste it. It's a little bit more garlic powder. So I'm going to add about another half a teaspoon of garlic powder to it, and we'll see how that turns out. So we've got our cream cheese, we've got 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and we have about a teaspoon and a half of garlic powder. And we've mixed it up, and this is the cream cheese garlic spread that's going to be part of our tea sandwiches. Yep, now we're talking. This is like mama's. Okay, so we have our cream cheese garlic spread, and what I did earlier before y'all got here was I like to use white sandwich thin bread, and I stick it in the freezer because what you want to do is cut the crust off of the bread, and if it's frozen it makes it easier for a cleaner cut. So I'm going to get that, get the bread together, and we'll start putting our tea sandwiches together. Okay y'all, so we're ready to put our tea sandwiches together with our garlic cream cheese spread. For sandwiches, we're going to make 2 different variations today. One, we're going to use kosher dill pickles, and the other, we're going to use Spanish olives that are stuffed with pimentos. So let's get working on our sandwiches. For the first sandwiches, I'm going to make the pickle sandwiches. What we do for these is I've let my bread come back up to room temperature so that I can easily roll it. I'm going to take some of our cream cheese garlic spread, and I'm going to smooth it onto the bread. Just about where it has a nice covering, because what we're going to do is we're going to place our pickles onto these and then roll them. These sandwiches are great. My mom made them for my Sweet 16 tea, but since then I use it a lot for baby showers. Because what's better than pickles and ice cream but pickles and cream cheese? So I've taken kosher dill pickle spears, and I've used the spears and I've cut those in half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it in the bread with the cream cheese spread, just to make little rolls like that. I'm going to put the rest of them together. Once we get those all put together, I'm going to put them in the refrigerator just so the cream cheese garlic spread can kind of start to chill, and then we'll start working on our other sandwiches. Okay, so we've got one last pickle sandwich that I've rolled up. The great thing about this recipe is you can really adapt it to however many people you need to be thinking about serving. This, the cream cheese garlic spread is about a cup, but since you spread it pretty thin, you can make it go a good ways. I've got these sandwiches put together, and we're going to let them chill in the refrigerator for a little while, just so we can have a clean cut. And then whenever I pull them out of the refrigerator, I'm going to cut them into about fourths. We'll turn them sideways and plate them up, and they make great presentation because they look like little pickle sandwich pinwheels. So let's put these in the fridge, and we'll start on those olive sandwiches. Okay, so we have our pickle sandwiches in the refrigerator chilling for a little while so we can get a clean cut and make little pickle pinwheel sandwiches. While they're doing that, I'm going to work on the olive variation of these sandwiches using our cream cheese garlic spread. As before, I've taken the bread and cut off the crust, but for these, I'm going to cut them into cute triangles. You can see that my bread has come up to room temperature, so it's not as easy to cut, but they're still going to be good. So we have triangles. I'm going to take the cream cheese garlic spread and spread them onto our triangles of bread. Y'all, you're going to love this. That garlicky flavor with the creaminess of the cream cheese, and then the saltiness of the pickles or the olives is just amazing. I love it. Now, I've taken Spanish olives that are stuffed with pimentos, and I've sliced them. You can also buy these sliced already for you if you're looking to save a little bit of time. I noticed that it's a little bit cheaper if you slice them yourself, so I had time to do it, and I could cut them the way I wanted to. If you want, this all depends on how you want to make it look. If you want to just use one olive, you can. Personally, I think it looks good with 3. Just like that. These are so flavorful, and your friends are all going to be so impressed, and it really didn't even take a lot of time. So I'm going to finish with our olive sandwiches and by spreading the cream cheese garlic spread onto our bread triangles and top it with our olives. I'm going to finish that up, and then it'll be about time to get our pickle sandwiches out of the refrigerator and get both of our great appetizers on beautiful serving trays, and our guests will be ready and they'll be all impressed. Okay, so we finished up our olive tea sandwiches, and we're ready to slice up those pickle pinwheel tea sandwiches that I just took out of the refrigerator. They've come up to have a nice chill to them, which makes it easier to slice them. And I'm going to slice them into fourths, and then whenever we plate them up, we're going to turn them on their side. So you'll see the nice swirl with the cream cheese mixture and the pickle. Here we have it. 2 appetizers, 1 recipe. Cream cheese garlic tea sandwiches. This is a great recipe. I hope that you find it very useful. It's quick, it's easy, and it's family. And I even added my touch by giving it a name. Thanks again for this great opportunity, and I can't wait to see y'all again next week.